Shalom, 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 Babakar, Kol Halalima, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hashai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Hashai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, shalom to the prophets of that body, shalom to the 144,000 and greater 1/3. May peace and blessings be over you and your households. 2 Esdras 15:15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Jeremiah 30 verse. We're coming to that time. I'm just going to go into a couple of revelation of the method scenarios, as well as some news articles regarding Edomite militias. Edomites are the so-called white man, and you Israelites are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, and those that are scattered, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 verse 64. Okay, that are of that lineage. You may not look, like your traditional, so-called black man. You might not look like a Wesley Snipes. You might not look like a, George Lopez or whatever. Latino. Um, But if you are of that lineage, you are an Israelite, especially if you spiritually subscribe to this truth, and you are really, it's like the Lord has brought you in. That spiritual fish hook grabbed you. And it's like remembrance coming back into your mind when you see the Hebrew letters and the Lashon Kodash, and it just really strikes a rapport in your mind. It's like, hey, I once knew this, And then you start learning the Hebrew and start praying in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and your spirit opens up even more. You are an Israelite. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Don't feel that, okay, I don't look like a so-called Negro, Latino, Native Indian. There's a lot of so-called Southern Kingdom Israelites, especially the so-called black man, had children with all different types of women. Okay, because Jake likes a variety of women, innit? All across the four corners of the earth, man. Through captivity, the numerous slaveries we've been in, as well as war, and most recent, the last two world wars. All right, and Jake likes to travel, and obviously being in America and the UK, Jake there's a variety of women over here too, so it's going down. All right, as well as a Latino Native Indian man. Okay, getting married to women of other nations also. All right. Now let me just go to the scripture again. Let me read it again. Just had to add that because Second Esdras 15:15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. Okay. This movie is on Prime right now. It's called The Order, right? It's about a string of violent robberies in the Pacific Northwest, basically America. Veteran FBI agent Terry Husk to an Edomite supremacist group. The group plans to overthrow the federal government. Okay. Based on the Silent Brotherhood. Okay. Or The Order. All right, it's a 2024 movie. And it's about militias and Edomite supremacist groups, that want to hold onto their ways. I was watching a documentary last night on a place in Idaho. Is it still open? Yeah. America's countryside, land of the free or a threat to democracy. All right. I'm not going to play it. Funny enough, it doesn't have many thumbs up from 7 days ago. You would think that these crackers would be thumbing this up. All right. They show beautiful parts of America, man, that are still beautiful. Like you would think that you're in the Wild West, But you won't see a person of color though. All right. Okay, but there's a far right group there, and they've been training for years. It's called, what's the group called? I had it Googled yesterday, man. Yeah, the North Idaho Militia. All right, they've been training and training and training. You know, hand-to-hand combat, weapons. A lot of them are Marines, ex-Marines. A lot of them are Vietnam vets. You know, they believe in Edomite Christianity. You know, they don't know what they're even talking about when they read the scriptures. You know, they got flags up saying the king is coming, but they don't realize the king is a so-called black man. Okay, when the king Yahushua returns, they're gonna know what time it is. All right. There's videos of them training. You know, for the North Idaho Militia. All right. And check this documentary out yourself. It's on Witness. America's countryside, land of the free or a threat to democracy. Actually, see, I don't want to play because either. Okay, I'll leave that one alone for a bit. Okay, that's America. And then you got Revelation of the Method, movies at the order. And there's already, our elders are bringing out news. Okay, because they are the watchmen of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. That are bringing out news that Esau is preparing because they know there's going to be a race war. They know. Right? You Jakes are walking around, driving around with your Dracos and your guns, with your dreads, bopping your head to that trash music, smoking blunts, and Esau's out there pumping weight, all right, eating right, running, you know, hitting the gym, sparring with each other, hand-to-hand combat, learning to fire the guns properly, not sideways with that sideways shit, yeah. And here you Jakes are, still on that blood and crip shit, yeah. And you Latinos and that Serenios and Northerners and whatever, man, Latin Kings and all that other bullshit. All right, but the Lord is going to make you come together when all hell breaks loose because you're going to have a common enemy. Because a white man still calls you the N word, Mr. Hispanic man, with with your slick back hair, All right, and they still call you tribes the N word. Okay, they all see you in the same banner. They don't like none of you motherfuckers. All right, I don't care how green your eyes are and high yellow your skin is, and you can pass for a Northern Italian. All right, but they're going to come for you, and they're going to come for you dark skinned Italians too. All right, the ones that look Latino. They're gonna come. They're gonna come for you. But that's what's gonna bring the tribes together because you're gonna have a common enemy when all hell breaks loose. All right. But on this side of the Atlantic, let's go here. All right. In the UK, first news. Where did I find this? All right. White militia in the UK, far right group using sports to build militia. Experts warn. This is from October 2024. Inside Britain's fascist fight club, secret footage shows. Okay. Government to ban white supremacist group in the UK. We've had a couple here. That when my father was a younger man, there'd be race riots. There'll be like Israelite foreigners along with the West Indian brothers, tribe of Benjamin, tribe of Judas, a couple of Nigerians chucked in there, fighting against skinheads. And skinhead culture, these crackers stole from the tribe of Benjamin. All right, just to throw that in there. And the term Aryan and the swastika, you crackers, you stole from Elam, the East Indians. Okay, you're not Aryan. Aryan, right, is a common name in India. All right, they relate to the Persians. Okay, and they're brown people, even though they're heathens, but they're brown people. These crackers like to bite off everybody. But nevertheless, a couple of groups that were here was called Combat 18. You still got to throw that 666 and then 18, 666. Combat 18, National Front, the BNP, British National Party. All right, and they've all got they've got the Edomites. It's like that movie American History X, where they've got that cracker with a tie, clean shaven face, who is the head of, who is like the sort of face of a group, but then behind him he's got like an army of bald-headed Edomites, right, going around and causing havoc and stuff, kind of like that. American History X, okay, and they're gonna have no mercy on your women too, okay. Just because Esau wants to sleep with you, okay, the slave master wanted to sleep with the black woman, Hispanic woman, Native Indian woman. But did he see her with respect? No. It was just a lust thing. Okay, you women, right? You Israelite women think that, oh, just because a so-called white man wants you, oh yeah, he likes you, he wants to marry you. No. He wants to get his rocks off with you, enjoy you, right? The same way Ben Affleck enjoyed Jennifer Lopez, ravished her and all that. And afterwards, what happened? He got rid of her. Got rid of her. But she's nothing but a concubine to him. All right? Let's check this out. Inside Britain's fascist fight club, secret footage shows far-right group preparing for race war. This is 12th of February 2025. Inside Britain's fascist fight club, secret footage shows far-right group preparing for race war. Right? You've already seen online people pissed off at the changing faces of migrants coming to this country, migrants coming into America. Well, neither England belongs to you, so-called white man, you Edomite. Neither America belongs to you. The world belongs to Jacob. Do you understand? You don't know history. You've been watching that whitewashed Edomite history. All right, I'm not going to go into that right now. And these crackers really piss you off. Inside Britain's fascist fight club. Warning, this report by ITV News global security editor Rohit Kachru contains language some people may find distressing. White and I'm going to say Edomite because there's nothing white about them. An Edomite supremacist group masquerading as a fitness club has been secretly working to build a far-right militia holding training sessions in plain sight. All right. An undercover investigation by ITV News has revealed how Active Club England, it's called Active Club England. They're saying that they're active. They're not dormant, they're active. All right. England, Active Club England is following a blueprint established by neo-Nazi networks in the US and Europe. Okay, see, one thing about Edomites is a common cause, right? They all relate to each other, okay, because they're the same race. They're Edomites. What's wrong with you ninjas, you FBAs, what's it called? Foundational Black American. You guys hate Benjamin now. You hate West Indians. Okay, you hate Latinos. But when these crackers come for you, you're going to find out what time it is. And I can't stand you niggas, man. You piss me off so much. You got so much to say about your own people, but you won't say a damn thing about the so-called white man. Oh, I hate Esau. I hate you, Edomites, man. Nazi networks in the US and Europe using extreme fitness and fraternity as a front to recruit and radicalize members for so-called race war. All right, I told you, man, it's coming. E5aw, the Lord told us it's coming. Okay, E5aw told us, and our elders and prophets of Great Millstone have been saying so. In the spirit and power of E5aw. ITV News has uncovered how a recruitment drive in the wake of 2024 summer riots attracted dozens of new members. By capitalizing on social unrest, the group expanded to more than 100 members, with one branch drawing enough new followers to begin fortnightly training sessions at a park in Vauxhall, South London, just steps from MI6 headquarters. South London is a big hub, all right, of the Southern Kingdom and now the Northern Kingdom. All right, you got tons of Portuguese, Latinos, Brazilians. You got the West Indians that have been there for like 60, 70 years. Obviously, we've always been here, back in the ancient world. But recently, brothers been coming from Jamaica, West Indian Islands. A lot of Jake been coming from Nigeria. Idris Elba, I believe, is from South London or East London, one or the other. I've got Latinos there. You got Israelite foreigners there. All right, you got the heathens there too. Okay, a lot of brown people there, boy. So seeing a whole bunch of honkies, Edomites, training up there in Vauxhall, in a park in South London is going to be, should make your should have a question mark should pop up in your mind. All right, what are you Jakes doing? You're getting high and feel strong. That Dutch courage. And only strong against your own. Like Elder Bishop Manatazak would say, you ninjas' guns are only good for other ninjas. Okay. Among its latest recruits is a convicted violent criminal previously jailed for a knife attack in a supermarket. The 28-year-old who calls himself Glenn, but who ITV News has identified as Jay Barlow, joined in December, weeks after he was sentenced for separate offences. He is currently under probation conditions and must regularly attend a thinking skills program as part of his rehabilitation. When confronted by ITV News, he denied any knowledge of the group. We got a picture of a wolf. The wolves are coming. After 6 months of secret filming, ITV News can reveal that Active Club England has become one of Britain's largest white supremacist groups, with at least 8 branches across the UK. And the UK is a very small island. All right. I always say this: you can fit England into Texas 5 times. All right. There's not going to be many nooks and crannies to hide here in the UK. Like America is a huge landmass, okay, but it's ground zero. That place is going to be fully hardcore, as well as the UK. But like parts of Australia, I believe, like Australia, it's going to be hardcore there as well. But it's going to be like, I think there's a lot more nooks and crannies that you can hide. That's why they're banning a lot of people, especially where guns are so-called legal, trying to disarm people so they can easily round you up. And obviously, a lot of these Edomites are up in the know as well, where they know that the powers that be, the crackers at the top, the Edomites at the top, Amalek, especially the Ish people, are trying to delete a whole lot of people, right, through C19 and bad food and chemicals and chemical warfare and HARP, you know, um, the weather modification, putting all sorts of shit in there as well to make you ill, trying to delete you. The pharmaceutical drugs trying to delete you so they can depopulate. So, an underpopulated world or a population that is minuscule or a small number is easier to control. Okay. 12 meetings secretly filmed by ITV News between October 2024 and February 2025 shows a change in language from offensive jokes about Adolf Hitler to discussions about the use of weapons and open declarations about taking power whenever the opportunity arises. The network is making plans to rent a permanent indoor space in London to practice knife defense without getting arrested. 2 of its members have discussed pooling resources to buy 10 acres of land for the group. And they're learning to spar and stuff like that. One or two of them, probably, a couple of them probably knows mixed martial arts or something. These crackers can't even be unique and learn their own ways of fighting. They still got a bite of Jake, because who invented martial arts? Jake, so-called black man. All right, crackers, man. The network, yeah, okay. They learn to practice knife defense because they know a lot of youngsters and a lot of people, kids carry blades. And then on top of that, people assume, especially that they're not from the UK, they always assume that there's no guns here. The guns may be illegal here. Handguns were banned here in 1997. In the 40s and 50s and 60s, machine guns were, everywhere in the UK. Guns are everywhere in the UK. Some of those guns are still here, and guns do come over the border from Germany, Berlin, and all that. France, Italy. Okay, because remember, Europe is only about an hour, 2 hours away. All right, it takes 2 hours to go by plane. No, hour and a half to go by plane from England to Germany. So guns may be illegal here, but they are. You can get them. All right, and double-barrel shotguns are legal here in the UK, and they're owned by a lot of farmers and people that live in the countryside. So guns are here, and obviously the street jakes and people and the street crackers and the street heathens all have straps. Okay, just to add that there. Despite the group's claims it is peaceful and legal, the ITV News investigation has sparked concerns about safety. Neil Basu, former head of UK counter-terrorism policing, says it's clear these people are preparing to commit acts of violence. Most meetings follow a pattern. First, an hour of high-intensity training where members are expected to meet strict fitness targets. Preparation is claimed for future violence. Like John Jones or Rampage Jackson would say, you got to do a lot of sprints because, you got to keep your cardio up, because in a fight, you can be good with your hands and good at, even because some Jake can scrap naturally, or martial arts or boxing or whatever. And if you get tired, that's when you get got. Obviously, the streets is not a boxing ring or a martial arts dojo. weapons are involved, and the fight. You want to eliminate the situation as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Within their first 6 months, new recruits are required to achieve a 60 kg flat bench press, okay, and a 110 kg deadlift or face expulsion. Okay. Guidelines circulated on Telegram make clear fitness and robustness of mind, body, and spirit are not just expectations, but core pillars of our world view. Often it is after these sessions in cafes or restaurants where ideological discussions play out. ITV News has documented a clear progression towards extreme and openly violent rhetoric in these conversations over the past 6 months. By November, they had become comfortable using extremely racist slurs, discussing their violent ambitions and use of weapons. One member boasted, "I've got about a grand's worth of throwing knives and axes, and I've got a bunch of bows and shit as well." Yeah. See if it works.
They discuss a plan to rent an indoor gym where they'll be able to bring weapons.
I've got about a grand's worth of throwing knives and axes on the way, and I've got a bunch of bows and archery bows. Archery is nice. Right. Well, that is definitely for when we. Yeah. Well, kneeling down, guys. White power. Go that way.
They said white power, Edomite power. Okay. Active Club doesn't look like most of the far-right groups. It operates with decentralized structure designed to foster both secrecy and resilience. All right. What are your religious beliefs? What is your ethnic background exactly? What do you think is wrong with the country? How would you describe your fitness? Our undercover journalist asked. Let's see what he says.
2 handles on a crew. Lance actually speaks to me himself.
Lance, what's your religious beliefs? In fact, it was Lance who vetted ITV News 2 months earlier. The mysterious leader who conducted a half-hour telephone interview before allowing us to join the group. What is your ethnic background exactly? What do you think is wrong with the country? How would you describe your fitness? One of the major issues that England and Europe in general is facing is the mass immigration of hostile, non-white, non-European peoples into our nations. Back in the car, conversation switches to Southport, seen as a missed opportunity to recruit more members.
Was Lance only doing the screening when Southport kicked off? We didn't get to that. The infrastructure is getting better. And now people are like contacting and we're spreading around people.
Play this one.
Finding sessions in London.
Here is Lance, the national leader, coming into view, putting on his shoes, tying his laces.
Right, guys, before we break, get the photo with the flag.
They pose with the St. George's flag. But look what happens next. One by one, they perform a Nazi salute, what they call a Roman. But then a warning from Lance, keen to draw a line between the group's private persona and public image. Because this is what was published on social media a few hours later. Members with their arms crossed or by their sides.
It's the average loser crackers or a bunch of incels. This is Glenn. Glenn, real name Jay Barlow, was sentenced in September for possession of a knife and racist offense against a police officer. Let's see what he says.
Active Club encourages friendship as well as fitness among its members. Looks like an after-work drinks party. But look for the new face in the crowd. With a flat cap, a sparse beard, and easy energy, he's making friends fast and introducing himself simply as Glenn.
You got to get that proper.
Already at the head of the pack as they walk towards another pub. Beers, burgers, and bigotry are where the night continues. Tongues are loosened, and yet there's still something Glenn is holding back from the group. Because ITV News has discovered that his real name is not Glenn, but Jay Barlow. And 2 months before we first recorded him, he was standing before a magistrate, receiving a suspended sentence for possession of a knife and a racist offence against a police officer. So, he joined Active Club while under probation conditions. He discusses firearms with some of the others.
Did you see in like France and Germany, it's easy to get things like AKs and like big proper guns?
Yeah, they're on the black market.
It's hard to get. Well,
You can get hold of them. It's just annoying to get hold of.
A lot of people are 3D printing that.
We've also discovered that back in 2018, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison for trying to stab a man in a supermarket knife attack. And what impact has that sentence had on his behaviour? Well, in the new year, 2 months after he was sentenced, he shared a video with other members.
That's what I thought, you f***ing nerd. Go back to where you come from, you dickhead.
Abusing and chasing a young stranger who isn't white.
We locked eyes as I was walking back from the gym, and he made a funny face at me.
Later, he sends voice notes to
Go back to where you come from, you dickhead.
abusing and chasing.
That's what I thought, you f***ing nerd. Go back to where you come from, you
sentenced. He shared a video with other members.
Yeah, and one more thing as well. E5aw trying to talk like Jake as well. You're trying to take the piss, big man. Where'd you get that lingo from, E5aw? See these crackers, man. They hate you, Jake, but they want to be you as well. I've got to point that out. I've got to point out when he's using certain slang as well. This cracker.
That's what I thought, you f***ing nerd. Go back to where you come from, you dickhead.
Abusing and chasing a young stranger who isn't white.
We locked eyes as I was walking back from the gym.
Well, you Edomites, you crackers got to understand as well, right? You motherfuckers are in other people's lands too. All right, you're leaving England, America for a better life elsewhere. You're going to get got. Your relatives are going to get got. You so-called expats. You're fucking migrants too.
And he made a funny face at me.
Later, he sends voice notes to explain what happened.
I've got an especially short temper for the non-whites. I've got zero tolerance for them.
Let's see what else is here. So like I said, to pay, because we always, what's going down in America, but, there's a video as well about him sparring.
Glenn, we're confronting a member of a secretive white supremacist group. Can you tell me about Active Club England? A violent criminal who's served time for a knife attack. How does your attendance to those Active Club meetings fit with your probation conditions? Now he's messaging the network of which he's part to share with them that they've been unmasked. Active Club has had a presence in America and Europe for 4 years. Tonight we reveal it's here too and it's growing. On the face of it, fitness and fraternity are what drive it. But since the summer riots, we've been watching the group's growth and hearing its descent towards violent, racist rhetoric.
That's what I thought, you f***ing nerd. Go back to where you come from, you dickhead.
Preparing for a race war steps away from MI6.
I've got about a ground's worth of throwing knives and axes on the way, and I've got a bunch of bows as well.
More than 100 hours of undercover footage recorded by ITV News tell the story of how this fascist fight club has radicalized and recruited for a race war.
Okay. Let's find some other news as well. Okay. Let's find some more news on American militias. American white militias. Research warns white American supremacists or Edomite supremacists are building a shadow militia. Okay, and you already know that active militia, the ones in the base in the UK, have got you know branches in America and Europe as well. So they're all linking up, all the Edomites. Okay, Edomite supremacists appear to have settled on a new strategy to grow their numbers and ready capable fighting forces across the United States, Canada, and Europe while avoiding the scrutiny of law enforcement. New research presented Friday by the Counter Extremism Project CEP warns the past several months have been proliferation of small, loosely affiliated combat sports and fitness clubs, known as active clubs, that publicly advertise fitness, self-improvement, and brotherhood. See? America and Europe, they're all linking up. All the Edomites are linking up from across the world. All right. This article is from 2023, September, right? September. Less than 2 years, right? And the news footage, as I showed you, was from October last year, I believe. All right. Active Club. That's what they're called, Active Club. Okay, let's go here. They are trying to build a militia undercover, said Alexander Ritzman, Amalek probably, a CEP senior advisor and the author of the new report. The underlying assessment is there is no leadership in the US for targeted violence, for a strong national event or leadership. But once such a thing occurs, you need soldiers. Ritzman and his colleagues warn that more than 100 of the active clubs have been created since late 2020, and that at least 46 are currently active in 34 US states. They further identified another 46 clubs in 14 countries across Europe and 12 clubs in Canada. They've got no centralized leadership, and they do not seem to shy away from attention. Young and active people sought. All right, see? It's getting down. Let me see if I can play this. 1 second.
Clyde belongs to a militia group active in the area, the North Idaho Militia. He won't say anything more about the activities of his group. But here's what you can find on their website. Photos of their training sessions where one learns how to handle weapons, how to survive in extreme
Copyright 1976, fair use.
Conditions, and the basics of military medicine, practiced on dead animal parts.
There's a lot of folks around here that like to keep it a little bit closer to the heart. You know, this isn't a show off thing. It's not a prideful thing. It's not anything like that. You know.
Jeremiah 30 verse 5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Verse 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Okay, some of you tough men are going to be afraid too, especially those individuals that don't have the covering of Yahweh Bashim Hashai, because a lot of people are going to die. All right, but this race war situation, yeah, it's going to get violent, but for the most part, all right, our people are going to wake up. All right, because when listen, our people are everywhere, okay, and so is the so-called white man everywhere. But our people are going to get together, all right, because we've been dealing with this sort of shit from the get-go, man. Race rights here in the UK, America, we've been dealing with this, okay. And this is the kind of devil that we like. We like Esau to be bold like that, you know. All right, because I'm sick and tired of this undercover racism. Say it, cracker, so we can say it back to you. Or listen, man, the Lord going to take care of this, man. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's going to be saved out of it? The elect. The elect are going to be saved out of it. All right. Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we've been seeing the famines, all right, we've been seeing the pestilences, the diseases, and there's always news of something new coming out. And earthquakes, all right, they happen, there's always a tremor in some part of the world and in diverse places. But it's nation against nation is, it's individual races as well as individual countries that are coming together, or that have or a collective of countries that are going to go against another collective of countries, which will be Revelation 11:14, which will be World War III. But but along with that, there'll be race wars, race riots. Okay, and as you can see, that the amplification is being done online by these agent YouTubers. All right, all of a sudden they come out of the blue with, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, which is probably all bullshit. They're probably being paid by the powers that be to walk around, record shit. And some of these agents are, look like gooks. Some of them look like people of color. So they can throw people off for saying that, okay, it's not just so-called white people that are recording this so-called migrant problem. But what you Edomites have to understand as well, even you skinheads, all right, that some of these migrants are trained soldiers, all right. You might get the odd frail old man, or call somebody a wog or a packy or a nigger, whatever you want to call them. That's cool, all right. But you're going to come across the wrong person as well, okay. But like I said, man, this thing is going to kick off, man. It's definitely going to kick off, all right. And Esau likes to show it. What's that again, man? What's that movie? All right, The Order, okay. Esau's planning, and they let you know. And this is from 2024. All right. Ultimately, they want to hold on to what they have. Esau's trying to hold on to everything that they have. They want the country back to normal. All right. And I know you Jakes are watching these guys that are walking around different parts of England, talking to some Edomites saying that they're not racist and they just want, people to adapt to their ways. And some Edomites are plain racist, saying that we don't want these people of color over here. Well, you, the so-called white man, listen, this was once called the British Empire. You went around the world stealing, raping, pillaging. Okay, you Edomites, you honkies, you crackers, you Edomites had 120 countries underneath your belt, which you stole, raped, and graped. All right, usurped everything. All right, and then those people that you depleted now are in your land. All right, now if you left the world alone, do you think they'd be in England? But the thing is, you'd be fucking poor. Okay, because remember, England was a third world land. This is like the bottomless pit. Nothing grows here. All right. Okay? And then on top of that, you crackers, man, tell the native Indians and Hispanics that they're not indigenous to the land, calling them migrants, when you honkies don't even have a land. Europe is not yours. Queen Europa was a woman of color, all right? Even though, we're not supposed to have no queens and all that kind of thing, but that still, she was a woman of color. The real Europeans are people of color, all right? If you must know, they are the tribe of Japheth. They're the Japhetic people, what the world would call Polynesians or Australian Aborigines and all that. It's them, okay? You Edomites, so-called white people, don't have a culture, all right? Your shit is made up, all right? It's like a comic book strip, all right? You painted everybody that's of importance to look like you when you came to power 500 years ago. You are a nobody people, You are a nobody people, all right? You painted everything. The heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images, pursuant to the book of Maccabees, all right? You have no idea, man. All right. So, in a nutshell, Esau is preparing. All right. These groups are linked up with each other from America to the UK to Europe, wherever there is a bit of a stronghold of the so-called white man. All right. And then you got these individuals that go around making these videos and speaking to people in the UK and America about so-called migrant problem. All right. This is all being done by design, and it's like a pressure cooker. Okay, until that pressure cooker lid just blows open. But the pressure is being built. The whistle is whistling right now of that pressure cooker. All right, and it's going to come to that point. Okay, where it's going to be, a complete, blood running in the streets, man. And then along with that, there'll be martial law troops. Along with that, there'll be all sorts of military presence, along with their weaponry. you know, and Israelites are going to need that spiritual power, man. Let's go to when the enemy shall come in like a flood, KJV. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him. Okay? Isaiah 59 and 19, that is. Yahweh Bahasham Shai is going to give his elect men spiritual power. That spiritual power is going to be used to delete the 2/3, the Edomites and heathens, right? And also the preservation of yourself and your loved ones. Okay? If the Lord allows you to get that power. If not, pray to the Lord, put me next to somebody that has that power, a Jake that does have it. You know, we're going to need it, man. You know, we're going to need it. So it's you know, it's of ultimate importance. You Jakes out there that are beefing over, you know, zip codes, postcodes, and, you know, how, you know, you stupid Jakes, man. It just goes to show Jake, innit? Jake is not even watching the news, man. They watch, you know, Ninja News, and that's all they care about, man. They don't even realize, because they live in their hoods. They don't step out of the hood, and they don't realize that, you know, Esau hates them. You know, they need to get ready, man. But anyway, man, that race war is coming, man. All right. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Shalom.